Sophie Reynolds believed she had a perfect life, a loving husband, a beautiful home, a successful family business. From the outside, everything looked stable, strong, unbreakable. Her husband, Daniel, often said, "No matter what happens, we face it together." Sophie believed him completely. The first crack, it started with something small, a bank notification, a transaction she didn't recognize. Daniel brushed it off, business expense. But Sophie noticed something else: late-night phone calls, locked office doors, changed passwords, subtle distance. When she asked, he laughed, "You're overthinking." And she convinced herself she was. The discovery. One afternoon, while organizing old files, Sophie found something strange: a folder hidden behind tax documents. Inside were medical reports, her name on them, dated 15 years ago, the year they struggled to have children. She remembered that time clearly. Doctors had told her she couldn't conceive, that it was her medical condition. She cried for months, blamed herself, carried that guilt for years, but the report she found said something different: male infertility diagnosis. The patient name, Daniel Reynolds. Sophie felt the room spin. She searched deeper: emails between Daniel and her doctor, arrangements, agreements, payments. The doctor had altered her reports. Daniel was infertile, not her. He let her believe she was the reason they couldn't have children. For 15 years. She remembered every apology she made, every tear, every moment she said, "I'm sorry I failed you." And he stayed silent. Why? Sophie confronted the doctor first, threatened legal action. The doctor finally admitted the truth. Daniel didn't want his reputation damaged. He didn't want anyone to think he wasn't perfect. So he paid for silence. He told the doctor Sophie was emotionally fragile, that the truth would destroy her. So instead, he let her carry the shame. Chapter 6, The Second Shock. Sophie went home shaking. But the nightmare wasn't over. She decided to check Daniel's private storage unit. Inside, she found something worse: photos, legal papers, birth certificates. A child, 8 years old. Daniel had fathered a child with another woman through IVF, secretly. The medical procedure proved he wasn't infertile permanently. There had been treatment he never told her about. He had a child, a hidden family. That night, Sophie placed the medical file and birth certificate on the table. Daniel walked in, froze. Silence filled the room. "You lied to me," she whispered. For the first time in 15 years, he had no explanation. He admitted everything. He said he was scared of looking weak, scared of losing status, scared she would leave him. So he controlled the narrative. He made her believe the problem was hers, and when treatment worked, he chose another life instead of honesty. They lied for years, but here's what shocked Sophie the most: her in-laws knew, family friends knew, even her own sister had suspected something. They all stayed quiet, to protect the family. To avoid scandal. 15 years of shared dinners, holidays, smiles, and behind it all, a lie. The true ending. Sophie didn't scream, she didn't throw things, she did something far more powerful. She walked away. She filed for divorce. She filed a lawsuit against the doctor, and she publicly told her story. The case went viral. Women from everywhere reached out, sharing similar experiences: men hiding infertility, families covering truths, doctors altering reports. Daniel's reputation collapsed. The doctor lost his license. The perfect family image shattered. But here's the part no one expected. Months later, Sophie went for a routine checkup. A new doctor reviewed her records, ran fresh tests, and smiled. "There's nothing wrong with you," he said. "You can absolutely have children." For years, she believed motherhood was impossible, because of a lie. 1 year later, Sophie held her newborn daughter in her arms. She named her Hope, because sometimes, the truth doesn't just expose lies, it gives you back the future they tried to steal.